Delhi High Court grants permission to a woman to abort her 33 weeks old fetus. The court referred to the dignified life of the child while granting this permission. Aborting a 24 weeks old fetus is allowed only in special cases. Migration and Development Report released. Indian remittances expected to cross $100 billion. Remittances increased due to structural changes in the qualifications of Indians. The existence of black soil is under threat. Land use patterns are primarily responsible for the degradation of black soil. FAO has revealed these facts in its reports. Zombie virus discovered due to the melting of permafrost. It may cause dangerous diseases in future. And Tribal Development Report released. It aims to collect data for policy making. The report claims that the tribal communities are at the lowest rung in the pyramid of the development. Recently, a petition was filed by Amitabh Bachchan in the Delhi High Court. In this petition, the petitioner has sought the protection of his personality rights. The petitioner has stated that many companies are using his name, voice, and personality without his permission. It has been happening since a very long time. The actor has mentioned in this petition that the persons who are using his name, voice, and personality without his permission should be controlled, and such activities should be banned by the court. Taking cognizance of the matter, the Delhi High Court has passed an interim order to protect the personality rights of Amitabh Bachchan. Furthermore, the court has asked telecom service providers to provide information about the phone numbers of people illegally using Amitabh Bachchan's name and voice. The court has also asked the internet service providers to remove the online links which are exploiting Amitabh Bachchan's personality rights. Notably, personality rights refer to a person's right to protect his personality under the right to privacy or property. Personality rights are important for celebrities. There is no legal definition of personality rights, however, the courts have defined it as a right to privacy. A person's name, personality traits, signature, and voice are covered under personality rights. In addition, laws such as the Trademark Act of 1999 and the Copyright Act of 1957 govern these rights. Personality rights include two types of rights. The first right is the right not to be exposed to publicity without permission or contractual compensation, while the second right is the right to privacy or the right not to have one's personality publicly displayed without permission. It is noteworthy that in February 2015, the Madras High Court stayed the release of the film Main Hoon Rajnikant, citing personality rights. Recently, the Delhi High Court, in one of its decisions, has granted permission for aborting a 33-week-old fetus. This permission has been granted to a 26-year-old married woman because of abnormalities in her fetus. According to the woman, the fetus suffers from neurological abnormalities. Ultrasound examination revealed that the fetus has a cerebral disorder. While giving the verdict in the case, the court observed that the final decision in the matter of abortion should be that of the mother. Furthermore, the possibility of a dignified life for the unborn child should also be recognized. Significantly, the court has given this permission on the basis of the advice of doctors. However, the Committee of Doctors of Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan Hospital had stated that abortion is not right in this case as the fetus is almost near the developed stage. Notably, MTP, that is the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act, was passed in 1971 for regulating abortion in India. Under this act, women had the right to abort the fetus for up to 20 weeks, but Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act was amended in 2021. Through this amendment, women have been allowed to abort the fetus of 20 to 24 weeks under special circumstances. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 2021 divides abortion rights into three phases. The first phase deals with the abortion from 0 to 20 weeks of pregnancy. If an unwanted pregnancy occurs despite the couple's precautions or the woman is not mentally ready to continue the pregnancy, then she can abort the fetus from 0 to 20 weeks. The second phase deals with the abortion from 20 to 24 weeks of pregnancy. During this period, if there is a danger to the health of the mother or the child, then the woman can abort the fetus. However, a doctor's permission is required for carrying out such an abortion. Further, the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 2021 allows abortion even after 24 weeks under special circumstances, such as in the case of sexual assault or rape, or if the couple is divorced during pregnancy, or if the woman becomes a widow during pregnancy. However, the permission of the medical board is required in cases of abortion beyond 24 weeks. Recently, RBI has once again increased the repo rate. This time, the Monetary Policy Committee of RBI has increased the repo rate by 35 basis points. As a result, now the total repo rate stands at 6.25%. Furthermore, the Monetary Policy Committee has reduced its growth estimate for the current financial year from 7% to 6.8%, and it has retained its retail inflation estimate at 6.7%. After this move by the RBI, the lending rates of banks are expected to increase. As a result, the EMI of vehicles, homes and personal loans will also increase. Notably, reducing or increasing the repo rate is a part of the monetary policy. It helps in controlling inflation in the market. Actually, monetary policy is a broad concept. Under the monetary policy, efforts are made to achieve the ultimate objective of economic policies. For this purpose, RBI uses the tools of monetary policy to regulate outcomes such as interest rates, monetary supply, and credit availability. Policies affecting the liquidity or money supply and interest rate in the economy are called monetary policies. Significantly, the rate at which the RBI gives short-term loans to scheduled commercial banks is called repo rate. It is used by the RBI in its policy rates. Thus, RBI tries to adjust the liquidity in the market by using the repo rate. Its main objective is to maintain price stability in the economy. Actually, the Monetary Policy Committee was constituted by the Government of India in 2016. It was constituted to determine the policy interest rates needed to achieve inflation targets. The decisions of this committee are binding on the banks. There are 6 members of this committee. It consists of the RBI governor, a deputy governor, and an officer of the bank nominated by the central board. And the other 3 committee members are appointed by the central government. Recently, the World Bank released a report titled Migration and Development. As per the report's data, in 2022, the amount received in the form of remittances to low and middle income countries is estimated to increase by 5% to $626 billion. However, this growth is much lower than the growth of 10.2% in 2021. As per the report's region-wise data, Latin American and Caribbean countries saw a remittance increase of about 9.3%, South Asia by 3.5%, Middle East and North Africa by 2.5%, and East Asia and Pacific by 0.7%. As per the report, the annual remittances of India is estimated to be more than $100 billion in 2022. It will be the first time that any country will reach this figure. According to the World Bank, India's remittances will increase to 12% from 7.5% in 2021. In this way, the remittances flowing in India will reach more than $100 billion in 2022 as compared to $89.4 billion in 2021. However, this amount of remittance is expected to be only 3% of India's GDP. World Bank has attributed the structural changes in the qualifications of Indians for arriving at this figure. The destination areas of Indian migrants have also changed. They are now moving to higher paying countries. They are getting more salaries based on their qualifications in these countries. Indian migrants in high paying countries also benefited from work from home and large fiscal stimulus packages. Hence, they were successful in sending maximum remittances to India. Furthermore, the control of inflation in the Gulf countries also became a reason for the increase in Indian remittances. Actually, Indian migrants living in these countries were able to send more money to India due to inflation control. Notably, when a migrant sends money to his country of origin, then banks, post offices, or online transfers, then it is called remittance. Usually, this money is sent to one's parents, family, relatives, or friends. Remittance is a means of earning foreign exchange for a country. It contributes significantly to a country's economy. Remittance plays a cardinal role in boosting the economy of small and developing countries. It helps in controlling the current account of the country. Recently, Canadian researchers have claimed to discover 2 new minerals. One of these has been named ilalite, while the other mineral has been named elkinstantonite. Ilalite is named after the town where meteorite fell, while elkinstantonite is named after scientist Lady Elkinstanton. Actually, researchers have identified these minerals from a meteorite that fell in Somalia. The name of this meteorite is Al-Ali and its weight is 15 tons. The meteorite was first seen by researchers in Somalia in 2020. It is the 9th largest celestial body found on Earth. Scientists have stated a similar mineral was created artificially in the laboratory in the 1980s, but no information was available regarding its occurrence in nature. After the discovery of this meteorite, hope has arisen among the scientists. Researchers will try to understand the properties, effects and usefulness of these minerals after studying the meteorite. Notably, a large number of meteorites and asteroids are present between Mars and Jupiter. These celestial bodies keep revolving around the Sun continuously. When these celestial bodies enter the Earth's atmosphere, they burn to ashes due to atmospheric friction. These celestial bodies, which turn into ashes after burning, are called meteorites. This incident is popularly known as the shooting star. World Soil Day was celebrated on 5th of December. On this occasion, the United Nations Organization, FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, published a report. The report is titled Global Status of Black Soils. FAO claims that this report is their first such report on black soil. This report is mainly based on several issues including properties of black soil. The report mentions that the existence of black soil is currently under threat as most soils have lost almost half of their SOC, that is soil organic carbon stock. It implies that the quality of black soil is getting degraded on a large scale. FAO has attributed land use change, unsustainable management practices and excessive use of agrochemicals to the degradation of the quality of black soil. Apart from this, nutrient imbalance due to severe erosion process, acidification and loss of biodiversity are other reasons for the degradation of black soil. Significantly, black soil is present in small quantities in the world. About 6% of the total soil of the world is black soil, yet it contains 8.2% of the global SOC stock. According to the report, black soil is important for climate change, mitigation and adaptation as it has the property of sequestering carbon from the atmosphere in the soil. Thus, it is a better way to reduce the effects of human-induced climate change by reducing the carbon present in the atmosphere. Notably, black soil is very cardinal for food security and the global economy despite being found in small quantities. Black soil is termed a food basket because of its fertility. Black soil is rich in organic matter. Its color is black. Its water holding capacity is also high. Recently, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval chaired the first India Central Asia meeting of NSAs in Delhi. The day-long meeting was the outcome of the Indian Central Asia Virtual Summit held at the beginning of this year. It is worth mentioning that in January this year, Prime Minister Modi virtually hosted leaders of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan and agreed to have security chiefs meet on a regular basis to discuss India's extended neighborhood. In the recent meetings, security advisors discussed the current situation in Afghanistan and its impact on the security and stability of the region. They unequivocally reiterated strong support for peaceful, stable and secure Afghanistan, emphasizing respect for its sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity. They also urged for non-interference in its internal affairs. The participants supported India's proposal to include the Chabahar port within the framework of the International North-South Transport Corridor that connects Iran to Russia via Central Asia. Turkmenistan, which was represented by its ambassador, made a push for the Turkmenistan-Afghanistan-Pakistan-India pipeline. TAPI was launched in 2016 but has run into a trouble over the Afghan issue and the breakdown of the Indian-Pakistan ties. In the meeting, NSAs agreed on the importance of TAPI in expanding connectivity. The meeting that primarily focused on the situation in Afghanistan is among a number of conversations New Delhi is having with various stakeholders. Of late, New Delhi has also intensified its engagement with the Taliban regime. In one such move, the head of the Indian mission in Kabul met with the Taliban interim ministers a few days back to discuss restarting Indian projects in Afghanistan. Recently, researchers have discovered a zombie virus trapped in ice for around 48,000 years. Scientists claim that these viruses, which have been interactive for thousands of years, can become a threat to public health in the future. Furthermore, these microorganisms can also cause dangerous diseases in humans. However, the other effects of these viruses have not been revealed yet. In addition, scientists have warned the world about the melting of permafrost due to global warming. Researchers studied the samples collected from the Siberia region of Russia. In the study, scientists revealed the discovery of 13 zombie viruses. Actually, a zombie means dead people turning alive again. These viruses remain dormant for thousands of years due to being trapped inside the ice. These viruses come back to life after the ice melts. Hence, these viruses are named zombies. Researchers hold that these viruses remain infectious even today despite being buried for a long time. The Pandora virus, Yedoma, found during the investigation has been described by scientists as the oldest virus, which is about 48,500 years old. Previously, researchers had discovered the old virus in this area in 2013, which was about 30,000 years. These bacteria and viruses are being released due to the melting of glacier and permafrost. Actually, viruses are acellular and special nucleoprotein particles that act as the link between the living and non-living things. These are made of genetic materials inside a protein shell. The genetic material of a virus can be RNA or DNA. Recently, geologists have expressed concerns about the coastal red sand dunes located in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Scientists have urged the Andhra Pradesh government to protect these dunes. According to scientists, these dunes are important for studying the effects of climate change. They are important from geological, archaeological, and anthropological perspective. Therefore, scientists are of the view that this entire site of dunes needs to be protected. The government shouldn't allow any kind of construction in this area. The government shouldn't grant permission for constructing roads, recreational areas, building restaurants and film shoots in this area. Notably, the site of the red sand dune is situated along the beach. These dunes are also known as Eramatti Dibbalu. This site is about 20 kilometers away from Visakhapatnam city in the northeast direction and about 4 kilometers away from Bhimanipatnam in the southwest direction. These dunes up to 30 meters in height and they display badland topography with various landforms and features, including gullies, sand dunes, beach ridges, canyons, waterfalls, etc. The site was declared a Geo-Heritage Site by the Geological Survey of India in 2014 and the Andhra Pradesh government listed the site in the category of protected sites in 2016. Significantly, these sand dunes are very rare. Such dunes have been found only in 3 places in tropical regions in South Asia. These places include Teri Sands in Tamil Nadu, Eramatti Dibbalu in Visakhapatnam and a site in Sri Lanka. The uniqueness of the Visakhapatnam site lies in the fact that it is a part of Earth's evolutionary continuum. It represents the Quaternary era of the post-geological period. According to geologists, the site has witnessed both glacial and warm periods. According to them, this site is about 18,500 to 20,000 years old. It may be related to the last glacial period. Scientists speculate that the site was home to prehistoric humans as stone tools have been found in excavations carried out at many places in the area and they belong to 3 distinct periods of history. Neolithic pottery has also been found on this site. Recently, the Union Ministry of Power introduced the transmission system for integration of over 500 gigawatt RE capacity by 2030 scheme. According to the ministry, this scheme is in accordance with international commitment. Under this scheme, provisions have been made for setting up additional transmission system and battery energy storage capacity. It also provides for connecting large solar power parks and wind power zones to the national grid. According to the ministry, this scheme will provide an investment opportunity of about 2.44 lakh crore rupees to transmission service providers. Significantly, the 500 gigawatt non-fossil based additional transmission system includes 8,120 CKM, that is circuit kilometer high voltage direct current transmission corridor, 25,960 CKM, 765 kV AC lines, 15,750 CKM 400 kV lines and 1,052 CKM 220 kV cables. The scheme envisages setting up 51.5 gigawatt of battery energy storage capacity by 2030. It also aims to ensure an uninterrupted power supply to the end consumer Furthermore, production centers based on non-fossil fuels have also been identified in India, including Fatehgarh, Bhadla, Bikaner in Rajasthan, and Kavda in Gujarat. Renewable energy zones in Anantapur and Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. It also includes Ladakh Renewable Energy Park as well as Tamil Nadu and Gujarat offshore wind power capacity. Significantly, India has emerged as a prominent country in the field of renewable energy in the world. It is planning to install 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel-based power capacity by 2030 to meet the targets of 50% of the installed capacity in clean fuel by 2030. At present, India's total installed power generation capacity is 409 gigawatt. Out of this, the share of non-fossil fuel sources is 173 gigawatt, which is about 42% of the total installed capacity. Recently, the Union Civil Aviation Minister launched the DigiYatra initiative. It aims to carry out contactless identification of passengers at airports. It also aims to reduce the time taken at the airport. Experts are of the view that the government's decision will give a boost to paperless system. In the first phase, this facility will be provided at 7 airports. At present, this facility is available only at 3 airports, namely Delhi, Bengaluru and Varanasi. This facility will be available at 4 more airports, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Pune and Vijayawada by March 2023. Thereafter, this initiative will be implemented across India. Significantly, the DigiYatra service has been started only for the passengers of domestic flights. Actually, DigiYatra is a system that allows passengers to enter the airport using facial recognition technology. For this purpose, passengers will have to download the DigiYatra app on their mobiles. The passenger will have to enter his or her details on the DigiYatra app using Aadhaar-based verification and a self-captured image. The unique feature of this app is that in this app, the biometric information of the passengers will be safe on their mobiles. It will prevent data leakage from the passengers. Encrypted information will be provided 24 hours before travel to the relevant airport. With its help, the passenger will be able to enter the airport through the e-gate. According to experts, the mobile app is a decentralized system that is quite secure. Significantly, this project is being implemented by DigiYatra Foundation. It was incorporated as a joint venture company under the Companies Act 2013. The Airports Authority of India holds 26% shares of this project, while the remaining 74% shares are held equally by Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Cochin airports. Recently, Bharat Rural Livelihood Foundation released the Tribal Development Report 2022. The organization claims that this report is the first such report since independence. The report focuses on the status of tribal communities at the pan-India level and various issues including livelihood, agriculture, natural resources, economy and migration, especially in central India. Significantly, more than 80% of the tribal communities of India reside in central India. The report aims to provide data and information to key policymakers, practitioners, activists, academics, and other experts on tribal issues. The report mentions that according to the latest census, the tribal communities of India constitute 8.6% of the total population of India. But even after 75 years of independence, they are at the lowest rung in the pyramid of development. Over time, these communities have been displaced away from the plains and river valleys into difficult geographical conditions like mountains, forests, and arid areas. As a result, at present, about 230 scheduled tribal districts out of 257 scheduled tribal districts are located in the forest, hilly or desert areas. According to the report, tribal communities' access to the forest was interrupted during the British rule. Furthermore, the Forest Conservation Act, passed in 1980, created further conflict between environmental protection and the need of local tribal communities. But for the first time, the need of the local community was reserved under the National Forest Policy 1988. As a result, efforts were made to connect tribal communities closely for conserving forest. Notably, BRLF was established by the Union Cabinet on 3rd September 2013. It functions as an independent committee under the Union Ministry of Rural Development. It was established to expand civil society action in collaboration with the central and state governments. Let us now look at the 5 questions based on the bulletin.
Questions for this series are: first question is, consider the following statements. 1. A large number of meteorites and asteroids are present between Mars and Jupiter. 2. These celestial bodies which burn to ashes are called meteorites. 3. Both allalite and alkylstantonite are names of minerals. Which of the above statements is or are incorrect? 1 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or none of the above? Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to DigiYatra, which was in news recently. 1. DigiYatra has been started only for the passengers of domestic flights. 2. With the help of DigiYatra, passengers can enter inside the airport through e-gate. 3. It will be implemented by DigiYatra Foundation. Which of the above statements is or are correct? 2 only, 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or all of the above? Next question is, consider the following statements with reference to personality rights. 1. It refers to the right to protect the personality of a person under his right to privacy or property. 2. It is defined in Indian law. 3. It is recognized as a right to privacy under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Which of the above statements are incorrect? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, or all of the above? Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. The resurrection of dead people is called zombie. 2. Recently a virus has been discovered in the Siberia region of Russia which has been named zombie. 3. Viruses are non-cellular and specialized nucleoprotein particles. Which of the above statements is or are correct? 1 only, 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above? Last question is, consider the following statements. 1. Repo rate is increased or decreased under monetary policy. 2. The ultimate objective of economic policy is achieved under monetary policy. 3. The decisions of the Monetary Policy Committee are binding on the banks. 4. Monetary Policy Committee was constituted for carrying out economic survey. Which of the above statements is or are correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, or all of the above? Recently, researchers at IIT Madras have developed a system to generate electricity by harnessing the energy from sea waves. This system has been named Sindhuja-1. It has been deployed about 6 kilometers off Tuticorin coast of Tamil Nadu in the water with a depth of 20 meters and an electrical module. When the waves oscillate up and down, this buoy also starts moving up and down. As a result, the energy is produced. According to the researchers, Sindhuja-1 can currently produce 100 watts of power, but Sindhuja-1 will be enhanced to produce 1 megawatt of energy in the next 3 years. Recently, Google has started anti-misinformation campaign in India. It aims to prevent misleading information. Google will use pre-bunking videos in this campaign. Videos being circulated on YouTube and other social media platforms will be scrutinized under pre-bunking. Through pre-bunking, false claims made in these videos will be investigated. Significantly, the government of India had asked tech companies like Google, Meta and Twitter to take strict action against the spread of fake news. Recently, a bilateral exercise Agni Warrior was conducted between Singapore and the Indian Army. This was the 12th edition of exercise between the two armies. The exercise was conducted at Field Firing Range Devlali. It was aimed at increasing mutual understanding of exercises and procedures and improving interoperability between the two armies. It involved joint firepower planning, implementation, and use of new generation equipment. Recently, an entertaining letter writing fair Dark Room was organized. This fair was organized at Gandhi Darshan located at Rajghat, New Delhi. This one-of-a-kind letter writing program was organized by the Ministry of Culture in collaboration with India Post and Gandhi Smriti and Darshan Samiti. This fair was organized to stay away from electronic devices for some time. It also aimed to revive handwritten messaging through this initiative. Recently, Indonesia's Mount Semeru volcano erupted. According to local officials, there was a stir in Mount Semeru for several days, but its dome of lava broke out due to the rain. As a result, the volcano became more active. Notably, Semeru is also called Mahameru. It has erupted several times in the last 200 years. It is the highest volcano in Java, Indonesia. Besides, it is also an active volcano located in East Java, Indonesia. Recently, India Inequality Report 2022 Digital Divide has been released. It has been released by Oxfam India NGO. The report reveals that only 1/3 of internet users in India are women. Indian women are 15% less likely than men to own a mobile phone and 33% less likely to use internet services. The report also reveals that in the Asia-Pacific region, India is in the worst position with the widest gender gap of 40.4%. The report also highlights the rural-urban digital divide. The report states that only 31% of the rural population in India uses the internet and 67% of the urban population uses the internet. Recently, the first Sherpa meeting of G20 was organized under India's presidency. This meeting was held in Udaipur, Rajasthan. Representatives of various countries and top officials of multilateral institutions such as the United Nations and the World Bank participated in this meeting. Its first session focused on digital economy, technological transformation in health and education, and lifestyle of India or Life Initiative for Green Growth and Environment was focused upon during the meeting's second session. Lately, French baguette has been included in UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage list. Apart from this, UNESCO has also included China's traditional art of making tea in this list. China's traditional tea processing techniques include tea plantation management, tea leaf picking, and knowledge of manual processing, skills and practices. Notably, French baguette is the most popular bread in France. Its shape is slightly elongated like a food roll. It is made from flour, salt, and yeast. Recently, the government has given its approval to Padma, that is Print and Digital Media Association. It has been registered as a self-regulatory body. It will look into complaints related to content of news and current affairs across India on digital media platforms. According to the order of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Padma will be headed by Moolchand Garg, a former High Court judge, while Ashok Kumar Tandon from Prasar Bharati and journalist Manoj Kumar Mishra will be its part-time members. Recently, Nehru Memorial Museum and Library has been made a part of InflibNet Center in UGC's Information and Library Network. Now the users of this library will be able to access the e-resources directly on the website of the publishers. Through this, they can download the necessary articles and other material for themselves. Notably, Nehru Memorial Library has a collection of more than 3 lakh books, about 380 magazines and rare papers. This library is known as an invaluable knowledge resource for research on modern and contemporary India.